good. Oh, I just farted. You love to smell it. Oh, I can smell it as well. That smells horrible. Right. Share, copy link. Streams. Right. Now I need to get a track up. Dylan, you there? Dylan.
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool.
Do you know that Zandvoort, the track, has a Renault corner, a Vodafone corner, a Marlboro corner, and Audi S?
No, I didn't. But I do now. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm going to keep repeating and reminding you throughout today's stream, there are 3 points at the top of the standings, in the top of the drivers' standings, between Hazard and currently NER Ayrton. Just 3 points separates them. So it's all to fight for the drivers' championship. As iStreams comes out onto the
Go
track.
out on sauce.
Carbrine, Con and Zondi are currently separated by 50, 19, 24 points. So if Zondi wants to take top 3, Carbrine needs to DNF and Zondi needs to win the race. But currently, Ayrton is on 204 points and Hazard is on 201 points. The fight for the midfield battle is insane. From 11th to 8th. That's separated by just 21 points. Alex on 94 points in 5th place, probably safe for 5th place as well. The only real important fight though that we're going to keep paying attention to is the fight for the Drivers' Championship. 3 points. And Ayrton is the quicker driver out of the two, so we're going to have to see how much Hazard can claw back and how much he has paid everyone else to take Ayrton out of the race.
But as we can see now, there are 3 guys on mediums. It's
Yes.
Pro Gorilla, H. Collins, and Kevin. The rest are or in the pits or on soft. Well, I was saying that Ice Dreams is now in his lap.
Dylan, I'll tell you something about ice streams, like I told the last 2 kids last week that I've ditched off. If you ever see ice streams like backwards or in a gravel trap or in a barrier, don't comment on it. Just say, we don't question what he does, we just watch. Because he spins all the time, and he's always in the barrier and always making mistakes. And he's really funny. So we don't question what he does, we just watch. Because it's really funny. I believe his teammate, Casey Jennett's span.
Casey Jennett's span in
there's commotion up ahead as I believe...
Ryan corner.
I believe Casey touched the back of the Racing Point ahead of him.
I saw there...
And the Racing Point ahead of him is Broke Gorilla. But does Casey have any front wing damage? No, I don't believe he does.
Well...
Ice Streams does a 1 minute 10.3.
10.3. Now
TJF1 Zondi is out on the track as well. His teammate Waz has just come out of the pits.
Alex Ham got purple sector 1. Is now in sector 2.
Frogler has just set another sector 1 as well.
Purple sector 2 for Alex.
Alex is one of the quicker people in the leagues and very consistent as well. Coming around the final corner, I'm not quite sure it's going to be up to par with Ice Stream's time, but I think he's just setting his banker time in. Or I could be completely mistaken.
Oh, 109.7.
6/10 quicker than the next car. Collins goes 4th with a 112.7 on the mediums. Frogler Bells a 1 minute 9.7, only 3,000ths off of Alex Ham. TJF1 Zondi goes 4th with a 1 minute 10.7, 1 second off the leading time. Gavin Poynton in 5th place with a 1:11.7. Spencer Milton with a slow time with 1:14.5.
1:11.2.
Broke Gorilla sets time of 1:13.6 on the mediums. Currently the fastest medium time is a 1 minute 11.7, Gavin Poynton, and he is in 6th place out of 9 cars that have set a time, as Wazza is coming across the line to start his lap, and the Renault behind him of, I believe that maybe Ice Streams, comes into the pits.
And Ayrton is now in his lap.
Ayrton is starting his lap, and usually his strategy is to wait in the pit box for the very last second, but he is participating in the entire qualifying session as Spencer Milton has crashed out of the final corner.
He's gonna be lost. So
on
if
board
the
with
guy's
Zondi. Spencer is right in the middle of the track and Zondi has to back out of it. The Mercedes has touched the stricken Ferrari and has got heavy front wing damage from that. The Ferrari right in the middle of the track.
Middle on the track. Wow.
The car has now been removed.
Saying that Ayrton has gone purple in sector 1.
Ayrton, the man looking to be
And
MPHL's.
purple sector 2, I saw.
The man looking to be MPHL's first champion has got Hazard right behind him in the championship. Only 3 points. This could come down to a fastest lap showdown in the race as Ayrton comes to the line. It's going to be the quickest time.
109.19 dead.
A 109
and it's
dead.
7 tenths up on second place.
His teammate Hazard, or his championship rival Hazard, I must say, is now starting his lap time behind Ayrton. Is Ayrton going to let him through? Is Ayrton going to play games with his title contender? That's the one.
gonna be
Melboy goes
purple
7th on the soft, so 111.1. As Hazard is getting the dirty air from Ayrton, but he still manages to set the purple sector. Carbran Con still hasn't come out onto the track, as Hazard is getting very close to that apex but not quite touching it, because you can spin on the entrance and exit of that corner very easy to, as he's coming into a 48 dead total lap time as he comes into the sector 3.
Going to the last corner.
Hazard is absolutely on one, but is this going to be able to be anywhere close to Ayrton's time? He takes a tight line out of the final corner. He goes second, a 1 minute 9.3, only 3 tenths off. 2.5 tenths off, I must say.
On 21.2. What?
The two championship rivals.
When we were saying he was purple sector 2, he had in purple sector 2. He already was 2 tenths or something down. So the map is a bit glitch.
Spencer's just commented saying, "Lol, I binned it." Yes, Spencer. Yes, you did.
Carbran Con is now on his outlap.
We'll go on board with Carbran Con. Carbran Con just needs to score a point this race to secure 3rd in the championship. If he retires and Zondi wins the race, he goes down to 4th, but top 3 is looking very likely for Carbran Con, who's had an on and off season but will be happy to take 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship. In the Constructors' Championship, unless Racing Point have a 1-2 finish, it looks like McLaren will take the Constructors' Championship. So can McLaren make it a Drivers'?
Then?
He hasn't been here for a while actually, but when he was here he just scored. Those two were probably the most consistent team on the grid.
Well, Carbran Con is coming last corner now to start his lap.
On board with Carbran Con, probably looking to get inside the top 5, just want to score a decent amount of points and finish his season off with a high, with a season full of lows, and he hits the inside curb. Not something you want to do. Coming to turn 3 and 4 now, very off camber, very easy to lock up, seeing some time marks there for people that have done that. Coming round turn 5, 6, 7 and 8 now, very challenging corners. Easily heat up your tyres and overheat them. Coming into the second sector now, if you overheat your tyres in the previous sector, you will be struggling here. It's not a purple sector for the Haas car. Turn 1 probably ruining that. Very loose rear end as he hits the inside curb but doesn't spin. Hits the outside curb but doesn't spin. Very nice car control.
He's trying to get...
Alexander's gone P2.
Yeah.
A 1 minute 9.1.
He's gone like 6 tenths quicker than his first time.
Completely missed that as we're watching Carbran Con nearly invalidate his lap on the outside curb. Won't run out of VRS to the line.
110.5 goes 7th place.
Even if he wanted to go for a second lap, he doesn't have the ERS to.
H.
So the Haas driver
is starting his laps.
Will go on board with H. Collins. A man I like to call Bottle McGee.
Bottle McGee.
TGF1 Zondi has gone 4th place on a 1 minute 9.5. And to put that into context, the only other lap time on mediums is currently 9th place Casey Jenner on a 1 minute 10.7. Zondi is absolutely rapid and is still out on the track. H. Collins currently 4 tenths down on his first sector and has backed out of this lap. As Wazza is a 10th up on his time, currently in P8, just finishing sector 1. Yellow flag at the final few corners as there's a Racing Point and a Haas there. The Racing Point, I believe, is Ayrton as he's coming to the line.
Start his lap.
Can he be the man to dip into the 1 minute 8?
And H. Collins is going to the pits.
Wazza
But
currently half a tenth up on his time. This could put him into the top 5 if he can nail the final sector. Coming to the line now.
is on his second push lap.
Wazza improves to P6, but 7 tenths off that top 5. That would be very useful for him. Con is not on a push lap because his ERS is on 0. Don't quite know what he's doing. Maybe getting some rubbered in soft tyres. As I believe Ayrton's coming to the line now. Or no, he's just coming through the middle sector.
Quick. Oh.
Broke Gorilla's done a 1 minute 11.1. Ayrton is a 2 tenths up on his time.
It's gonna be a 108 point. I believe 108.7. I'm saying that.
He could be the first man to dip into the 1 minute 8. The two Mercedes causing yellow flag on the front straight, taking a very tight line, just like Hazard. And the lap time is a 1 minute 8.7. 4 tenths quicker than P2 and 6 tenths quicker than his championship rival, as his teammate has binned it in the barrier.
Wait, really? Who's his teammate? Gorilla.
He span, to be fair, but he kept it running.
Well, Ice Streams is on a lap right now.
Where's Ice Streams? Currently in 7th place, new softs. The man currently on a 1 minute 10.3. A Mercedes ahead of him is not going to get out of his way, and this is ruining Ice Stream's first sector, and he is a 10th down. Nowhere near a purple sector. Currently Collins out on track, slowest time by 8 tenths. The only other time slower than him is Spencer Milton, but he did crash, so he would have started from the back anyway.
It's on an out lap right now.
Alex Ham's still not out on the track. Good evening,
Hazard
good job lads.
On an out lap.
Grandad is in the chat, boys. Grandad is in the chat.
Who's Grandad?
The league owner.
Oh, hello.
Call him Grandad because he's quite old.
Ice Stream's going to the last corner and he's pitting. We'll watch on board with Hazard. He's going to the last sector right now to start his lap.
This could be a chance to be the first title winner, driver's title winner, champion, sure. Coming into the first corner. Do you want to take this lap, Dylan?
Yeah, sure. Hazard going to the first sector, going to the top hairpin. You don't want to be too wide, going perfect through it. Don't want to go on the grass on this sector. Going to this corner, don't want to be that close to the inside curb, and not gaining time. But now in sector 2. And he's backed out
of it. The man in 3rd place is backed out of it.
Collins is in the last corner. And
the man currently in last place by 8 tenths. What's this lap time gonna do for Collins? It's
improving, but not place improving.
It's still in last place for Collins.
Is Hazard gonna do a lap? Yes or no? Yes, he will.
Wet race, by the way. I've just been told it is a wet race for our finale.
So you can see who's drive with a wet setup.
Heavy rain enters into dry. So for our finale, we have a mixed weather session. Oh my god.
Hazard going to this sector 1. We can see if, yeah?
Dylan, you've got the approval from the boss. You can be the co-coms for next season.
Nice.
So, with a mixed... I can't believe we've got a mixed weather finale. Oh my god, this is gonna be insane.
Going to sector 2. Hazard going to sector 2. Is not gaining time.
2.5 tenths down.
Probably will not gain time.
Frank Labelle in 5th place. Coming to the end of sector 2 is a 10.5 up. Frog Labelle could put himself on the front row, which we know he can do. He's done it for the past 2 races, but has not been able to convert it in the races.
And it didn't gain time. So
we are seeing Ayrton out on track.
Outlet.
Frog Labelle goes 4th place.
Alex is probably not going out. He needs to go out right now. And he's still in the pit. So he will retire and not set a lap time.
We're going to go on board with Hazard. This has to be an improvement. And he's backed out of his final time.
Yeah, so he already set a time, but 73,000 down.
Hazard will not set another time. Broker has crashed at the final corner. This could get in the way of some people. On board with Casey, the car is on the side of the road, so it won't be an issue. But Ayrton will get to the line. Zondi is currently on a lap and could take top 3 away from Hazard and pole away purple in the first sector.
2 tenths up. He needs to gain with
another purple sector. Hazard has retired. He will not set another time in this session. We're closing qualifying, and Hazard probably won't start inside the top 3 as his championship rivals just starts his lap. But Zondi, the man currently hunting for a top 3 finish in the championship, goes 2nd place. Second man to go into the 1:08.
It will not be improved. So Ayrton has pole, and is he up on his time? You will see. Yes, he is by 1/10 of a second.
We'll go on board with Carbine Con as he's 2.5 tenths up on his time. If he can find 6 tenths, this could be top 5 for the man wanting to keep top 3
Ayrton
in the championship. Carbine Con misses out.
Again, still almost 2 tenths for Ayrton.
The only man that could take pole away from Ayrton at this point is Ice Streams, and he probably won't do that. This is a car right in the middle of the track at the final corner again.
Going through the last corner, going through start finish, goes to step a 108.7. That car, that Mercedes really fucked his lap off. I can tell you that. Still improved, by the way. So, and yeah, this was qualifying.
So Ayrton is looking the favourite to win this race. But you can't discount anything from happening when it's a mixed weather race, especially a very tough traction circuit like Zandvoort. I can't believe this.
Yeah, you can't go full gas through last corner, so that will be nice to watch. The battles,
That's why no one qualified on the mediums. I don't know why I didn't notice that.
Casey did.
Oh yeah, but Casey's Ice Stream's teammate. And what do we say when we see Ice Streams? We don't question what he does, we just watch him. So Casey's just following Ice Streams. So ladies and gentlemen, there's your grid order for the final race of the season. I still can't get over that it's a mixed weather finale.
This is the best finale, mixed.
If Zondi wins, I need 8 or higher to retain P3 in the drivers. The gap between you and Zondi, Carbine, I believe is 22 points. So yeah, 8th would work. And there's the confirmation. Heavy rain here at Zandvoort for the finale. I can't believe this. This is mad. I don't even have a drink here, so I'm probably gonna get.
It's full wet. It's not even to touch in the first inters. No, it's gonna be 30% of the race wet, 33% of the race inters, and 33% soft or dry. I mean.
I'm gonna get so like hyped into this that I'm gonna have so many voice breaks, but you won't get my pain because you don't have voice breaks because you haven't hit puberty yet. But for a man that has hit puberty,
Shut up.
and trust me, I have hit puberty, I'm gonna have so many voice breaks tonight, I can't believe this.
Ik vind het prima. Ik heb nog 1,5 jaar te gaan op school. Ik bedoel, ik zit pas overwegen. En als ik nu net onder het maatje zit of wat dan ook.
Who's talking in the background?
My brother, but he's not listening to me.
Zeg maar ga je met een non-stop betalen of niet? Want van mij is mijn salaris dan 3 keer zoveel wat ik nu verdien.
And he's loud as a sheep.
Ja, maar dat
What
zeg
a
ik
weird
dan.
thing to compare him to. Like, you can't say as loud as, like, I don't know.
Wait, they're starting on Inters.
What?
What?
That's
No.
crazy. That's crazy. The
It's
game's
someone
making
on
them
the
start
wet.
on inters.
No,
No one's on
no
the
one
wet.
is on the wet. Oh yeah, there's not that much praying, but the Netherlands look really can look really wet, but the track is then like intermediate condition, but the rain is full wet, so maybe they could touch wet.
Gavin and
But
Casey
I don't know.
collided on the formation lap.
But I will drive on board with Collins, see if he can.
So the game,
If he
the game says it's heavy rain, but it's also put them on the intermediate tyres.
yeah.
So this is going to be very difficult. Maybe if you're Spencer Milton, H. Collins, anyone outside the top 10, you might gamble and pit after lap 1 for wet and maybe gain time, but that is a gamble
But
if the
I don't
game's put you
see
on inters.
anyone have problems with inters on the formation lap. Oh yeah, a little bit, some guys, but you know who it is.
Ice Reese?
Spinilla. No, the other one. Spinilla.
Spinalla.
Spinalla.
You've got to say it like they're like him. It's like Spinalla.
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 Okay, let's stop that.
Let's stop.
My heart, I genuinely can't believe, right? 15 weeks has culminated to Hazard and Ayrton 3 points apart in the championship, 3 positions apart on the finale grid, and it's a mixed weather race.
I will drive on board first lap with Hazard looking to pressure.
You stay on
not
board with
pressure
Hazard.
him.
I'll stay like off board with everyone so I can see what everything's happening. If anything at all happens to Hazard, you tell me.
Yeah.
You stay on board with Hazard and Ayrton.
I want to do 5 lights. It's
I do that. That's my tradition.
no mine.
You
One
can
light,
do it
2
next
lights,
season.
3
You can do it
lights,
next season.
4
It's
lights,
mine.
5
Okay,
lights.
fine.
It's 5 lights and it's off and away we go in the Dutch Grand Prix.
Hazard has got a very bad start. He's been jumped by Frog Labelle going into turn 1.
He's
Zondi is ahead of
inside.
Ayrton.
3 whites. 3 whites.
Ayrton gets a switchback on Zondi. Ayrton currently in the
Hazard.
lead of this race. Hazard in
still
4th
has
place.
this position. Bro Gorilla already. Ooh,
Bro Gorilla
that's
and Wazza have
Wazza.
made contact to the back, and it's a full safety car. Bro Gorilla out of the race. Wazza at the back without a front wing. Those two making contact.
Brian is 7th and Case 8th.
No boy, once the leaderboard fixes itself, will go down the order. So the order is currently after the first sector. Ayrton, Zondi, Alex, Hazard. Believe that's how the top 4 started. Zondi and Alex were the other way around. Frog Labelle and Carbrine Con 5th and 6th. Casey in 7th
No,
place
Alex
from
was
10th.
3rd.
There you go, leaderboard.
Alex was 3rd.
Ice Stream's the big loser of that. Spencer Milton going up 4 positions. H. Collins also going up 4 positions. With a full safety car on the first lap of this race. Is anybody going to
Maybe
pit
some
for
guy's
wets?
gonna pit.
It is worth it. I'd probably
I will
pit.
watch Ayrton.
If I'm Hazard, I would do whatever Ayrton does. If he stays out, I stay out. If he comes in, I come in.
Probably.
Collins has
H.
got a
Collins
5-second penalty for
with Gavin.
colliding with Gavin. So we'll go on board with Ayrton. He doesn't
Maybe I
have
can
pit confirmed. He does not have pit confirmed. Going through the field, nobody has pit confirmed.
No. Yes, Carbrine won.
Carbride Con comes into the pits.
H.
Does he have
Collins
front wing
going
damage?
in. Kevin going in.
Carbride Con does have front wing damage and is going back onto the intermediate tyre. Collins has front wing damage and is going onto the wet tyre, I believe.
No, Inters again.
Inter. Oh. Wazza, front wing damage, as we know, intermediate tyre. And Gavin Poynton, intermediate tyre.
Maybe it's the guest to, yeah. So we know the guys outside top 10. Yeah, it's, I don't
Milton,
want to...
can I just say, Spencer Milton has had an absolutely brilliant first lap. Once the leaderboard fixes himself, because iStreams isn't in first place, he will be in 7th place from last on the grid. Look,
if
7th place from 14th.
But if I can say, Spencer was behind all the guys that pitted, so except Wassa. So that and H. Collins, so that means says a lot. Because of the other guys pitted, he gained positions.
Whoa, Dylan, I just had deja vu. I just had mad deja vu.
What?
I just looked at the bottom right minimap and that deja vu just went straight through me. That felt really weird.
So safety car not in this lap.
Dylan, do you know what deja vu is?
No.
Ah, right, deja vu, right, is the feeling that you've already been here before.
What?
So, say right now, I don't know, say you look at something, and then, like,
wait, deja vu, I will search it.
Ask Siri what deja vu is.
Vu. Hey Siri, what is deja vu? Hey Siri, what is deja vu? Oh yeah.
Yep, you got it?
Yeah, it's French, so I needed to know that, but I was stupid as fuck. So, well, Carbride and Gavin got a 5-second time penalty, collision on your safety car.
Dylan, can I just say, you need to have more confidence in yourself, because how old are you?
15.
You're 15, and you can speak 2 languages almost fluently.
Yeah. But
look at Carbride Con. He can barely speak English. Carbride Con can barely speak English.
Second language.
Yeah. You can speak 2 languages fluently. Some people in this lobby can't even speak 1.
3.
3? What other language can you do?
I don't know if you know it, but if you search translate, you can see Frisk. So I can.
Anyway,
yeah,
this is getting really out of hand. It's safety car restart, Dylan. Safety car restart.
Going drive on board with Ayrton. He's already gone. And we're racing.
Ayrton getting a good getaway on the safety car restart. Spencer Milton has already overtaken Casey. Gavin Poynton is coming to the pit again.
Yeah, he has 5 seconds. But Casey had a really bad safety car restart and is nearly getting grip.
On board with that championship
I was saying
leader.
That New Boy is, I don't know what he's doing, but he's not doing good. But shout out to him, to his helmet. Look at his helmet.
Oh, I swear to God, it better not be Dutch colours.
No.
What is it? I can't see it. Oh, it's a leopard, yeah.
It's a oh, it's H. Collins off the track. No wing damage,
Probably.
but
I wouldn't be surprised.
Straight.
Spencer Milton has been overtaken by Casey. Casey taking P6 back away from him. and the top 5 have distanced themselves by 1 second in between each car. Ayrton currently out in front. This will be the
Yellow
championship.
flag.
This will be the championship for Ayrton if it stays like this. But with 31 laps to go and variable conditions, this could still change. Zondi could be Hazard's best friend at this point and overtake Ayrton.
Hazard had a moment of oversteer.
Hazard struggling in that car on board with Alex Ham. Currently the 2 cars in between the 2 championship rivals, Alex and Zondi. Zondi only 5 tenths behind Ayrton. Alex perfectly distanced in between the 2 cars ahead of him and the 2 cars behind him. Alex just looking to pick up any scraps if there is a fight. Ice Dreams and Nellboy getting pretty close as well. Carbrine Con and Spencer also close on track. Spencer struggling in these wet conditions. Spencer using the no assists for the last few weeks, still getting up to grips with it. Won his first league race without assists the other day. But Spencer is struggling in these variable conditions. Carbrine Con 3.5 tenths quicker this lap than on his last lap. As out in front, Zondi is 4 tenths away from Ayrton.
Zondi is pushing.
Zondi is pushing Ayrton. Is Ayrton's nerve going to break? All Ayrton needs to do is beat Hazard by 3 points. He realistically doesn't need to fight Zondi. But if these two make contact and Hazard or Ayrton gets damage, this could be the championship for Hazard. As Zondi gets a little bit of a switch on mid-final corner. On board with Carbrine Con, who's getting very close to Spencer Milton in the fight for 7th place. This could be P3 in the championship for...
Wait, Casey? What happened to
got front
Casey?
wing damage from the final corner, and Carbrine Con is now in 7th place, chasing Spencer Milton, who's in 6th place. Carbrine Con's P3 in the championship, looking very certain at this point in time, as he gets very close to Spencer Milton, currently the closest battle out on track, the battle for 6th place. 8 points these two are fighting for. Carbrine Con with that 5-second penalty that may be removed after the race for contact behind the safety car, depending on who was at fault. Carbrine, as Casey goes off the track and into the barrier.
Is he out? No, he's not, and he didn't get more wing damage. And H. Collins was a ice stream, and Nailboy got because of the place. So Wasa is now in a point, and Collins is right at the back of Wasa. No, he's not, but he's has almost point. So he's probably gonna push to Wasa. And
on board. Sorry, we're gonna.
Yes, it's the same.
On board
Ayrton with the fastest lap.
Oh, Carbrine Con is going to challenge for P6 here. 6 points to 8 points, vital for his P3 in the championship fight. They make contact on the straight, front right to rear left. Carbrine Con wraps it round the outside. They make more contact. Carbrine Con is nearly spanned. Spencer Milton hasn't spanned. Casey Jenner is retired in the final corner, and Carbrine Con made that overtake. Carbrine Con made that overtake just in time for the safety car. This race has turned on its head yet again. Casey Jenner probably putting himself in the wall on purpose.
No, look where he did it. Sector 3, no.
Dylan, I know Casey, okay? I know when he crashed
but I
on
know
purpose.
this track. I know this track, and with wind damage, with rain, you can't go through that corner. So
there won't be any pit stops, I'm guessing, for any change of tyres. They might consider going on another set of inters, fresh set of inters, but the pack is too closed up and you will lose too many positions. It's not the track conditions to go into wets or slicks for the time being.
no, slicks is no grip, but really no grip. A drive-through from Nailboy, speeding under safety car, and he can't serve it under safety car, so he needs to do it after the safety car.
No one has pit confirmed. Everyone is staying out on their tyres. This is really good for Hazard, who needs...
Where can you see pit confirm?
in the bottom right. Go on board with Ayrton for the minute.
Yeah.
You know, in the bottom right where you can see that yellow like fuel thing.
Oh wait. I need to do this. Yeah.
If they've got pit confirm, there'll be a little box with like a spanner in that's blue. That's their pit confirm.
Oh yeah, it's like the fuel thing, but then blue.
Yep.
Aha.
So, 2 safety cars without 10 laps even being completed. If you're Ayrton, you're wanting more of these safety cars. Since Gavin rear-ended me on the first SC, can I get my 5 seconds removed? Connor, you will probably get that 5 seconds removed. So P3 in the championship is looking very likely for you.
George, what you're saying was wrong, because if Ayrton, if I was in Ayrton's position, I didn't want safety cars, because he drove away from Hazard, because Hazard had oversteer, and now Hazard is not even 2 seconds behind him, because of the safety car. So we're gonna see, is anyone gonna pit right now?
I highly doubt it.
No one has pit confirmed.
Something we haven't mentioned yet. This is your home Grand Prix, isn't it, Dylan?
No, it's not yet.
If the race continues to be like this, we'll probably make it our season finale again next season.
It will be a nice one.
Ja, zeker. Dat zegt ook altijd zelf om door te spelen.
Yeah, there's nothing to say.
Yeah, this is sometimes how it gets. Oh, as there's a little bit of a kerfuffle in the middle of the pack. Was there any contact made? No. Let's go through the race director, see if anyone's got any
Warnings.
Carbrand Con has a warning for track limits.
Safety car in this lap.
Carbrand Con is the only one up front that has.
How do you get a warning?
Dylan, it's very easy.
Yeah, I know, but what? If H. Collins doesn't have a warning, how? You know? You know?
Yeah, that's a good one. Good one.
Not even one. Not even one.
On board with Ayrton then, is he going to ace this restart and keep his championship fight?
Melboy
there.
is probably gonna pit right now.
And Ayrton has gone, and he's caught Zondi off guard as he's making that gap bigger. Hazard is nowhere near Alex Ham. In fact, Frog LaBelle is closer to Hazard. And is Frog LaBelle going to make an overtake on the championship contender? He puts it down the inside. Hazard gives him room, but the overtake doesn't materialise into anything.
Carbrand Con
has gone up into 5th place now. And has made more contact with Hazard. These two crashed last week. Ice Streams has crashed at the final corner, but we're staying on off board with Carbrand Con, who takes 4th place and the championship fight away from Hazard. Has Ayrton made a mistake, or has Zondi overtaken him?
Zondi overtaken him right first corner, and Zondi is driving 2 seconds away.
Ayrton has got front wing damage on his left-hand side.
This is not good for him.
And the championship has been blown wide open again. Ice Cream spinning at turn 3. And Alex has lost the rear end again. Cobra and Con right around it outside now as well. These two, are they going to make contact? Is Cobra and Con going to be brave enough to dive it down the inside of the final corner? He does, but again, that materialises into nothing. And now Cobra and Con can overtake Alex Ham on this straight. This will be a podium place for the Haas driver.
Is not pitting.
Ayrton is pulling away because of the fight between the Red Bull and the Haas. Behind them, Hazard desperate to carry on his fight. Ice coming into the pits.
Boy got 5 seconds time penalty speeding in pit lane.
He got another penalty for serving a penalty.
Yes.
So on board with Alex. On board with Alex.
He's already gained to Ayrton, and Hazard still. There's no DRS, but still in the DRS zone of Carbrandt.
If I was Carbrandt right now, I would let Alex overtake Ayrton, then I would overtake Ayrton, and then I would have a straight fight with Alex, because right now Ayrton is still getting away, and Hazard and Ayrton could have the on-track battle for the championship. Currently 3 points separate them. As if the race stays as it is right now, Ayrton will be the champion, but I highly doubt it's going to stay the way it is.
I don't choose a team, but my teams are a little bit more to McLaren.
The gap out front is 4 seconds. If you're Carbrandt Con needs to finish this race now, because Zondi is the most likely to go on and win this race. So Carbrandt Con needs to finish 8th or higher to secure the points and get 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship. Noboy and Waz are going side by side into turn 1 for the final points paying position. Noboy has got the overtake done. No, he hasn't. Waz is still on the outside, but Noboy cuts across him, and the overtake is now done. The gap has increased out front by 6 tenths. 4.7 seconds out in front now. Alex Ham's still very close to the racing point ahead of him. Carbrandt Con biding his time. Dylan, what do you want?
Look who's P8.
Way! Not for much longer though. Gavin Bunton's right behind him.
He's 5 seconds down, Spencer. Well, Alex is still trying to get closer to Ayrton to overtake him, but it's not working for him.
This track is very hard to overtake on. And Zondi is spun at the final corner from the lead and has got front wing damage. The race has been blown wide open again.
So Hazard is now in position 4, P4 for Hazard.
Oh my god.
With wing damage.
Zondi spinning from the lead into the barrier, having front wing damage, and now Alex is fighting for just his 2nd win of the season. And Hazard is in a very good spot here, because Ayrton does have front wing damage, but is pulling away from the Red Bull behind him.
Not by that much, but if they're gonna be on the dry compound, I don't know who's quicker, but I know if you have wing damage, you're not gonna be that quicker, so they're gonna be a nice one.
Front wing damage is easier to do in the wet than dry. For some reason, you'd think it'd be the other way around, but it's not. This is double lock up into that corner there.
Yeah.
Turn 11. Turn 12.
Is he gonna pit?
I don't think he will.
He's not.
But will Zondi pit?
Zondi needs to.
Zondi has been let by Spencer.
He has exactly the same wing damage as Ayrton, so no,
Zondi doesn't
Zondi
pit.
is not pitting.
The gap out front is just over a second. Alex isn't making the inroads he needs to make, and Hazard is closing in on Carbrandt Con.
Carbrandt Con has had a moment of oversteer, I think, because he lost more than 5 tenths to Alex, and Hazard gained like 5 tenths.
No car within a second of the other, apart from Hazard and Carbrand
And
Con. The
Alex.
gap's 7/10. Alex and Ayrton's gap is hovering between 9/10 and a second. It's just gone into 8/10, so to be fair. Is the leader struggling with his front wing damage?
It's end of sector 1, begin of sector 2. Ayrton is struggling. Which you can see right now he's pulling away, but if we come to the corner again, to that little Audi S's, no, this is the Audi S's, but the end of sector 1, beginning of sector 2, you can see Alex is gaining on Ayrton, but then after the corner, Ayrton is like driving away. It's like he has no wing damage.
The track is very close to dry conditions now, as Hazard had a little bit of a moment outside the final corner.
Is anyone gonna pit?
Frog Labelle has pitted. What tyres is he going on to? The new set of intermediates. And a replacement front wing. Zondi is now in 5th place.
What's that? Go! Oh,
Wazza at the final corner. This is going to be our 3rd safety car of the race. It's a virtual safety car.
So
there won't be any pit stops though. There's still spray coming from the lead car.
Yeah, but he needs to warm up his tires, so it's gonna be like wide, close to the curb, because there's like a little bit more wet to warm up his tires.
This race is absolutely amazing.
I saw Wazza. I was like switching to people, and I saw Wazza like had an oversteer in the last corner, and saw
Carbrand Con's got a drive-through. This has opened his P3 title fight massively.
But has it gone to P3? Is he gonna serve it immediately? Yes or no?
He has to. As he's probably got another warning there. Yeah. As Hazard struggling out of the final corner. Is Carbrand Con coming in for a pit stop or a drive-through? His picker isn't out, so he's serving his drive-through right now. But if I was someone like Collins or Gavin Poynton, I would pit for slicks right now, because this is the time. Hazard up and outscoring by 3 points. Zondi probably won't win this race, so Carbrand Con. But Alex Ham is very much a favourite to win this race. Currently, no front wing. Or come back out on dry tyres. DRS has been enabled. So it is now the time. Frog Labelle has lost out massively after pitting for new inters. Alex is very much the favourite, but if Alex and Ayrton make contact during the overtake...
Both tires locked up, is he gonna pit, yes or no? Is the thing gonna pop up? I think it will.
Oh, I'm lagging quite a bit.
Yes. Ayrton is gonna pit, and Alex and Hazard are following him.
Is Ayrton gonna fix his front wing? He is! Ayrton's fixing his front wing. He's gone onto medium tyres. Alex has gone onto the softs. So Alex takes the lead of the Grand Prix.
Gone to mediums. And Zondi did it also. So Carbrand Con is is 5 seconds.
If Hazard can go to the end of the race on those mediums. Oh, I'm lagging quite a bit. Everyone's. Oh my god, I swear to God.
No.
Okay. So as Alex Ham is out in front on the soft sides, he will have to pit again. Hazard and Ayrton can maybe get to the end. And if it stays as it is currently, ladies and gentlemen, they will be equal on points.
And then it's the most race wins, right?
Most race wins, but I don't know if either one of these two has the fastest lap.
No. Yes, Ayrton. No. Zondi. Wait, I'll look.
Hazard doesn't have it.
Zondi. 120.6.
Yeah, it's Zondi. Ayrton's at 121.6. So TGF1 then on the recovery drive. Carvine currently in P6, enough points to secure P3 in the championship. Hazard is pulling away from Ayrton as we're on board with TGF1, chasing down Spencer Milton. Purple final sector for Zondi. Spencer outbrakes himself, cuts across the Alfa Romeo, but Spencer keeps the position. Hazard is pulling away from his championship rival. This could be the championship, as Alex will have to pit again, as Zondi gets a nice switchback line going through there, but doesn't want to commit to going side by side with the Ferrari and potentially have an incident.
You said Alex needs to pit again. That means Hazard only needs to drive away from Ayrton and win the championship.
Yes. Halfway through. We're only halfway through the race, though. Jesus Christ. On board with Zondi. Oh, Spencer cuts, blocking the switchback line for Zondi, but Zondi going around the outside instead. Spencer Milton is still there. These two could make contact. Spencer going for it around the outside. What a move by Spencer, defending his position, but he's going to let Zondi pass so that he can get DRS on the main straight. Just going past the DRS activation line now. Spencer Milton could re-overtake the Alfa Romeo ahead of him. Committing with it with his DRS as well, but the start finish line is too short and the overtake has been made by Zondi.
Carbrain come with fastest lap.
Further confirming.
Josh, I need to go to the toilet. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. The gap between Hazard and Ayrton. It's getting bigger. Hazard could be our title winning driver, our champion, our first inaugural debut. No, it's not debut. Beginning champion. Sure. Oh my God, Ayrton! Jesus Christ! Oh, Gavin Poynton doesn't want to be going out there. Froglabell on the hard tyres can definitely go to the end on those. And the gap between Hazard and Ayrton is growing again. Maybe Ayrton went for a wet setup and didn't get to utilise it enough. He does have pit confirmed for some reason, but everyone does. Zondi with fastest lap, and Dylan, can you hear me?
Yes,
the gap
and I hear you that Ayrton maybe drive on a wet setup, but still got a 108.7 in qualifying. So, hello.
But the gap between them since you left has gone from 1.8 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Hazard with a purple first sector could be our driver's champion this year. Still 16 laps to go though, and Alex still has to pit. So these two are fighting out for the lead.
Didn't go purple sector 2.
Ayrton is having moment after moment on every exit of corners. Just as I say that, he doesn't have a moment. Alex with a 1 minute 12.5 will go on board with Zondi, the most likely to beat that. A 1:12 dead by Zondi.
Corbin crossing the lane? No, he's not.
1:12.6.
H. Collins. Wait, he's still got his 5 seconds. Yeah, he do. And
H. Collins touching the barrier on the outside.
You need to be tested in the next race.
The gap between Hazard and Ayrton is growing even larger. Hazard came into this race the underdog, not having a podium for 3 or 4 races. And the one race he needs to beat Ayrton, and he might do it. Zondi is catching up to Ayrton. Ayrton might have loaded his wet setup.
But Sandy is quick and is on softs and is pushing. Because look at the ERS of Ayrton and look at it of Sandy.
Or 1 minute 11.5 for Zondi.
Yeah, he's pushing.
Gavin Poynton has caught up to Collins, who is struggling on the medium tyres. Is Gavin Poynton going to be able to make the overtake? These two have been touching and banging. Gavin Poynton went through a gravel trap trying to keep through the dirty air of Collins. There won't be an overtake. Frog Labelle on the hard tyres is catching these two up. He can definitely 100% go to the end. Questionable the medium tyres can. No way the softs can. Zondi is catching Ayrton. These two have been fighting all season, or since Zondi joined the league, which was late. Could Zondi win the title for Hazard by overtaking Ayrton and causing him to lose time?
How many points does Sandy have then?
Zondi is in 4th place. I don't know how many points he has, but he needs to win the race. And Carbran Khan needs to finish 9th or 10th. Yeah. And Zondi gets 3rd place. But the battle for 7th place is heating up as the Williams defends from the 2 Mercedes behind him. Frog Labelle, the quickest out of these 3 drivers.
3 seconds.
Gavin getting very impatient in this fight. Frog Labelle having barely any ERS left. Are there going to be team orders here?
H. Collins touched the wall.
Gavin Poynton, is he going to dive it down the inside? Collins doesn't leave the gap. These two nearly make contact. Collins touches the inside wall, and now they still go pretty close together. Oh, and Gavin has touched the rear end of that Williams. The 2 Mercedes nearly coming into contact. The gap between Hazard and Ayrton is closing. It's closed by a tenth or two, but it is closing.
A little bit.
Spencer and Carbran Khan have penalties in the top 6. Hazard has closed in on Alex. Are the soft tyres fading away?
No, he didn't. He's still on 4.8 and there's like already 5 or 6 laps.
Back on board then with the fight for 7th place. These 3 cars are within a second. If these 3 collide, there will be an almighty crash, as Frog doesn't get the best exit out of that final corner, but Gavin does. Is Gavin going to finally be able to overtake Collins? He's been looking to do it pretty much all race and he doesn't find the gap. Ayrton is closing on Hazard. It's gone from 1.8 to 1.5 now. Still on board with Gavin as he nearly touches the Williams, and he's got the switchback right, but can he get enough traction? He makes more contact with the Williams and is off the track. Frog Labelle takes 8th place from his teammate now. What is going on?
What? Oh. I switched it to Collins and I saw literally Gavin in the wall, and I was like, what?
Frog Labelle having a look at Collins now. These two are very close to making contact. Frog Labelle nearly losing the rear end there. Ice Streams with another penalty. We'll go back on board with Ayrton though, as the gap is stabilising at 1.5 seconds.
But Hazard is gaining on Alex.
Told you the soft tyres are degrading. That's why Zondi has fallen back.
No, he's not. He's gaining.
Oh, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Frog Labelle is very close to Collins yet again. A Mercedes and a Williams fight. As Frog Labelle is going to challenge down the inside at turn 3. Collins making sure to cut that line straight off. As Frog Labelle looking for a tight line to get a nice exit out of that corner. 1.3 seconds between the 2 title contenders now.
I will
Hazard
drive
only
on board
gaining
with
a tenth.
Ayrton.
I'll stay on board with Frog Labelle then, as Gavin Poynton has caught back up to this battle for 7th place, and Nelboy is slowly catching up, as well as Frog Labelle gets a pretty decent exit out of that corner. Going to go for the switchback line with DRS. Is he going to use this straight or wait for the main straight? He's activated his overtake. Is he going to put it down the inside of Collins for 7th place? He just backs out of it.
And Carmichael in the pits.
Carmichael is pitted.
Stop.
Another
And
set
go
of
to the
softs.
softs again.
He'll have to do 10 laps on those softs. He won't lose a position in the pit stop. Going for the undercut on drivers like Zondi, Spencer, Alex. Out front, gap stabilising at 4 seconds. And the battle for 7th place is fighting again. The two Mercedes. Frog Labelle shoving his teammate into the gravel trap, as now Gavin Poynton, sick of being shoved into places, has made contact with his teammate, and Hazard has got a penalty. A 3-second penalty, as the gap between the title contenders has gone underneath a second. Back on board with the battle for 7th place, and Frog Labelle has spun and he's made more contact with his teammate, who collects him. The two Mercedes collide.
What is this?
No safety car out on track. Gavin Poynton, heavy front wing damage. Frog Labelle, heavy front wing damage. The two Mercedes ruining each other's races. Meanwhile, the battle for 2nd place and 1st place in the Drivers' Championship is heating up, as the battle just going to a second now. What is going on?
Well, Ayrton has one warning, so...
But Hazard has an
It's
entire
probably
penalty. The last thing Hazard
Yes.
needs right now is a safety car. Bunching up the field.
He needs a safety car. Well, Ayrton makes the safety car. And Gavin Point got a 5 seconds time penalty speeding in pit lane.
Zondi had a little bit of a moment outside turn 13. As we go on board with Ayrton, is Ayrton going to play it smartly and just stay within 3 seconds of Hazard and take the title like that? Alex is pitted. The new softs. This gives Zondi a podium place.
But Zondi needs to pit.
If Hazard didn't get that penalty, he would be on course to win the championship. But he is hoping that Ayrton either makes a mistake and falls behind 3 seconds, or Ayrton gets a penalty himself and he has to overtake the McLaren. The McLaren using most of its batteries, barely got anything left. I'm losing the will to live commentating this race.
I don't know how, but Ayrton has 81% of ERS.
I don't know how this man is so quick without using anything. Like,
He's using a little
Zondi
bit.
is span again. Zondi is span again.
He didn't got wing damage, but he needs to pit. So that means Alex gonna get DRS from him, while Zondi's probably gonna pit. I don't see he's calling it, but he is pitting.
Alex on course for 3rd place. A brilliant podium for the man who's only won 1 race but has been consistent in every race he's competed in. Meanwhile, Spencer and Carbrine Con very close together. Is Spencer going to be able to jump Zondi as Zondi comes out of the pits? Zondi just staying ahead even with that spin. Zondi keeping 4th place. Carbrine Con, if he can keep that car straight, will get 6 points and confirm P3 in the drivers' standings. But out front, Ayrton keeping that gap at 7/10.
Ayrton is like listening to you.
Staying inside that 3-second window. And I can't believe I'm about to tell you this, but Ayrton is saving ERS.
Yes, I know.
What? On board with No Boys is catching up to the war-torn Williams in 7th place.
Alexander to a 1:10.9.
See if Zondi or Spencer or Carbran Con can compete against that lap time, or maybe ice dreams in our dreams. Zondi doesn't set the fastest lap this time around. Does Carbran Con? No, he doesn't. Melboy inside 6/10 of the Williams ahead of him. Is the overtake going to be made to go from, how many points is that? 4 points to 6 points. The overtake won't be made.
Ice Dreams
has let the first two by.
Oh.
Don't worry, I did tell you that Ice Dream spins a lot, but you know, have faith in the man.
Make sure he's okay. And Ayrton saved 10% of his ERS.
Now he's using his overtake on the exit.
A little bit, so he makes Hazard a little bit scary.
3 things and Hazard is hoping for in these final 6 laps. Either
Ayrton gets a penalty.
Either Ayrton gets a penalty, Ayrton makes a mistake, or Alex can catch up to Ayrton and cause him time. That Hazard
or
is
Ayrton
looking...
leg out.
All
4
that.
things.
But Hazard is looking for any strain of something he can find. That penalty may come to ruin his race. It will ruin his race.
How many are gonna look? Does he have got another warning? No, he don't. He's still on 1 warning, so
on board with Melboy.
Is fighting.
As he runs out of VRS and won't be able to make the overtake on the Williams, Frog Labelle looking at this battle again, catching up to the Williams. The Williams is so slow.
Zombie got purple sector 1.
Ayrton within 3/10 now of Hazard, looking to make the overtake and take the championship outright. Hazard not using any of his battery and letting Ayrton by for the championship. Good sportsmanship there from the McLaren driver. He gives a little bit of a fight, but not really. And there goes the championship for Hazard. Unless Ayrton makes a mistake or gets a puncture, he will be our champion for this season. On board with Nelboy and Frog Labelle then. The battle for 7th place resuming yet again. Collins getting a nice exit out of that corner. Nelboy running out of ERS again.
And Frog Labelle has also no ERS. So H. Collins has in this how it stands now, the most ERS and most thing to use to hold them back, let them fight, and yeah.
Alex may be on course to take P2 in this race. If he can close up to Hazard by 3 seconds in the next 4 laps, he could take P2. As Hazard isn't really losing much time to Ayrton. Zondi's a 1:10.8. Jesus Christ.
I said it.
Oh, Frog Labelle in the battle for 7th place had a little bit of a wayward exit out of the dangerous turn 11. Oh, as Nelboy went for the gap and Collins cut right across him. Little bit dangerous there from the Williams man. As now Nelboy getting a better exit out of that corner, but he's going to run out to VRS again and won't be able to challenge the Williams.
It's same for Frog Labelle, no ERS. Only slipstream.
On board with Hazard as he's trying to keep within Ayrton's DRS. Alex hasn't really closed any time on Hazard. He needs to gain 3 seconds in 3 laps to take P2. Meanwhile, back for that battle, Nelboy not giving up on it, neither is Frog Labelle. I've got a headache. I'm really tired. Oh, as Snowboy goes a little bit wide, and Froglabell takes advantage of that. Froglabell goes up into 8th place now, as he goes after the Williams in 7th place. Froglabell not using his overtake just yet. Now he is. DRS as well. Is he going to be able to fight the Williams into turn 1? Will he dive it down the inside? 3 laps remaining. He chooses not to. As iStream's going off the track again. As I told you earlier and tell you every race, we don't question what he does, we just watch.
Did he spin?
No, he just went wide for some reason. Ooh, Froglabell getting a very nice exit there from turn 10 as now we go down the back straight. DRS activated, but will he make the move or will he wait for the main straight? I lost my words there for a second. My brain's totally fried. Oh, lag just showed a massively crash for me.
You're lagging to Ayrton, and Alex didn't gain that much time.
Ooh.
So,
Froglabell has made the overtake
Ayrton
for 7th place.
going through the last corner, going through the start finish to start his final lap of the race.
The championship
and he
winning lap.
will be champion leader and take the champion. He will be winning the championship of
MPHL.
MPHL. He will be the first ever MPHL winner of the championship. So, well, if I'm looking to his fuel, is lining up red and red and red. So I don't know. Maybe he ran out of fuel, but he knows how to drive it.
He does know how to drive
it. So.
It's coming into the final sector of the finale then. Ayrton, who joined the league late and has clawed the deficit to Hazard. Coming to the final corners now. Ayrton has fought and fought and fought.
The last corner.
Coming
Ayrton
to the line
is gonna win the race and
to win the Drivers'
championship.
Championship. Ayrton crosses the line and wins MPHL. Hazard comes home in 2nd place. Alex will take P3 in the race. Carbrine Con will take P3 in the championship after a season of ups and downs. One positive finally for Carbrine Con. But Hazard gave it a good fight in the end, but Ayrton came out on top. Carbrine Con doing a purple final sector. Carbrine Con pitted for new softs. He made a free pit stop and is going for fastest lap, by the way. The battle for P8 runs on.
Seconds.
Nelboy and Collins very close. Does he get fastest lap and get 9 points in today's race?
Yes.
Oh, he misses out.
What was his time? I'm gonna look for him.
A 1:11 dead. Nelboy around the final corner. Is he going to
1:11
finally
dead.
overtake Collins? I don't think he's going to be close enough. DRS activated. Collins comes home to take 8th place.
No, he will not because of his 5-second speeding pit lane.
Oh, Nelboy does take 8th place then. Spencer Milton, driver of the day, last on the grid to, I believe, P5 at the flag.
Yeah, P5.
But your driver's champion, the racing point of
Ayrton.
NER Ayrton.
Is he really Danish?
He's done it.
Danish. The Danish.
Oh yeah, Dana. Yeah, I think he is. Yes.
The Danish guy.
The Danish guy.
sending.
I can't believe that's it. I'm getting a bit emotional. 15 weeks and it's done. Just like that. And Zondi has wasted no time in leaving the session.
And it's raining. 17 seconds for Gavin. What the?
What a race!
49
what a season!
Minutes.
What
a last race to commentate.
The pleasure has been all mine, Dylan. Have I finished, matey? Yes. Yes, mother, I have finished. So I'm going to sign off.
Same.
Not quite sure when we're going to restart. Not quite sure what the starting race is going to be. We'll just make it up as we go along, like we always do.
Yes.
Hazard has said in the Discord, what a race, Ayrton, just class. Hazard may not be the drivers' champ, but he is the people's champ this season. Season 1 finished on a bang. See you again in Season 2. So long.